This is DD India and you are watching Express News, a program where we bring for you top 100 news of the day. I'm Tanvi Taneja. Let's begin. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar interacted with Brics 2026 Sherpas and country representatives at the first Brics Sherpa meeting in New Delhi. The minister noted that as Brics completes 20 years, it stands as a valuable forum for international cooperation, consultation and coordination, taking forward its people-centric agenda. Niti Aayog on Tuesday launched various study reports on the theme Developed India and Scenarios Towards Net Zero in New Delhi. On the second day of the two-day event, sectoral insights and reports based on achieving scenarios for net zero targets for key sectors such as transport, industry and power were released. Chief Executive Officer of the Niti Aayog, BVR Subramanian, emphasized the need for a coordinated and long-term strategy to achieve India's net zero goals. Home Minister Amit Shah participated in the two-day national conference on tackling cyber-enabled frauds and dismantling the ecosystem in New Delhi on Tuesday. The Home Minister presided over an investiture ceremony of CBI officers and also inaugurated the new cybercrime branch of CBI and launched S4C dashboard of I4C of the Ministry of Home Affairs. Minister Amit Shah emphasized that a national mindset and awareness of cyber deterrence are needed at both the agency and consumer levels. He added that only awareness, coordination and determination can protect us from it. Union Health Minister JP Nadda on Tuesday launched the annual nationwide mass drug administration campaign for the elimination of lymphatic filariasis through video conference, marking a significant step towards achieving the national goal of eliminating LF as a public health problem. Amidst the ongoing budget session, both houses of Parliament of India, Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, took up discussion on the Union Budget 2026-27 on Tuesday. The MPs presented their perspectives on the budgetary allocations for agriculture, employment, infrastructure and social welfare schemes. Earlier, during the question hour in Rajya Sabha, that is the upper house of the Parliament, Minister for New and Renewable Energy Prasar Joshi said that India has achieved a total renewable energy capacity of 272 gigawatts till date and has emerged as the third largest renewable energy producer in the world. Lok Sabha, or the lower house of Parliament, saw multiple disruptions amid ruckus by members of the opposition. Earlier, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju slammed the opposition MPs for disrupting the proceedings and said that their conduct reflects no respect for the dignity of the House. India signed an agreement on social security relating to social security contributions within the United Kingdom and Northern Ireland in New Delhi. On Tuesday, the agreement will support mobility of talent between the two countries and enhance competitiveness. The 11th round of India-Hungary Foreign Office consultations was held where dignitaries reviewed the entire spectrum of engagement and also discussed regional and global issues of mutual interest, including on Europe, Indo-Pacific and multilateral reforms. The second edition of the annual India UNODA Capacity Building Programme on UNSC Resolution 1540 and Strategic Trade Controls for Asia-Pacific and African countries was inaugurated on Tuesday. This programme is a reaffirmation of India's commitment to global non-proliferation architecture. The US Consulate General in Chennai, in collaboration with the US-India Strategic Forum, hosted the India-US Space Commerce meeting in Bengaluru, attended by key leaders from India and the United States. India's Minister of State for Defence, Sanjay Seth, led a high-level Indian delegation to the World Defence Show 2026 held in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia from February 8th to 9th. The leader took part in the opening ceremony of the WDS and inaugurated the first-ever India Pavilion. Black Mace Brigade of the Indian Army showcased the new generation equipment and new technology equipment during exercise Rudra Shakti 2026, demonstrating a decisive transition towards future-ready warfare advanced drones. At the invitation of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, French President Emmanuel Macron will pay an official visit to India on 17th and 19th of February 2026. During the visit, both leaders will hold discussions on strengthening bilateral cooperation across a wide spectrum of areas as enshrined in the Horizon 2047 roadmap. Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulated the people of Chhattisgarh for the special celebration of Bastar Pandum festival between February 7th and 9th. Prime Minister Modi stated that such events play a vital role in preserving our cultural heritage and empowering local communities. India has been designated as the country of the year at BioFact 2026, the world's leading trade fair for organic products, scheduled to be held from 10th to 13th of February 2026 in Germany. It highlights the country's rich agricultural heritage and its strength as a major global supplier of organic products. National Deworming Day is observed on 10th February every year and is a major public health initiative aimed at protecting children from intestinal worm infections that can quietly harm their growth, nutrition and learning ability. Moody's ratings on Monday projected India's GDP to grow at 6.4% in the next fiscal, the fastest pace among G20 economies, driven by strong domestic consumption, policy measures and a stable banking system. On to business news now. Indian equity markets continued their upward momentum on Tuesday. Nifty was up around 68 points to close at 25,935. The Sensex at the BSE added 208 points to close at 84,274 on Tuesday. At the Forex market, Indian rupee ended at 90 rupees 58 paise against the US dollar on Tuesday. Gold futures maturing on 2nd April were priced at 157,776 rupees per 10 grams on the multi-commodity exchange. Silver futures for 5th March maturity stood at 260,220 rupees per kilo on the MCX. Brent crude oil futures hovered around $69 per barrel on Tuesday, priced at $68.97 per barrel. Meta Platforms unit WhatsApp's legal fight with the EU privacy watchdog was sent back to a lower tribunal on Tuesday, extending a 5-year dispute. Apple and Google have agreed to make their mobile app stores fairer and more transparent for thousands of developers in Britain, under which the companies will assess apps in a fair, objective and transparent manner. United Kingdom's chipmaker company Fractile will invest €100 million over the next 3 years to expand its UK operations, including a new hardware engineering facility. China's vehicle manufacturing company NIO is recalling 246,229 electric vehicles over a software flaw that could pose safety risks, marking the largest recall by a domestic EV maker. And on to international news of the day. French President Emmanuel Macron has called for a renewed European-led dialogue with Russian President Vladimir Putin after years of Ukraine crisis. Macron warned that Europe should brace for more moments of US hostility and should treat what he called the Greenland moment as a wake-up call to push through long-delayed reforms to strengthen the bloc's global power. Israel has approved plans to help settlers acquire land in the West Bank region and widen its powers in parts of the territory where Palestinians have some self-rule. The Israeli measures also envisage transferring authority over building permits for settlements in the Palestinian city of Hebron, the West Bank's largest, and from the Palestinian Authority to Israel. UN spokesperson Stephanie Dujarric said that the UN chief warned that the current trajectory on the ground in West Asia is eroding the prospect for the two-state solution. A White House official reiterated US President Donald Trump's opposition towards Israel plan for the West Bank, adding that a stable West Bank keeps Israel secure and is in line with this administration's goal to achieve peace in the region. UK said any unilateral attempt to alter the geographic or demographic makeup of Palestine is wholly unacceptable and would be inconsistent with international law. Saudi Arabia, Jordan and the United Arab Emirates-led regional states also denounced the decisions as a violation of international law that would undermine the vision of a two-state solution as well as stability in the region. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said on Tuesday that the top priority in his talks with US President Donald Trump would be the ongoing negotiations with Iran as he presses for tougher US approach to Tehran's ballistic missile program. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer chaired a cabinet meeting on Tuesday after surviving renewed calls for his resignation from members of his own party. US lawmakers who began reviewing the unredacted files on convicted late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein have expressed concern that some names have been removed from the records which have been released to the public. Convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein's accomplice, G. Maxwell, refused to answer questions from US lawmakers, saying that she was prepared to speak if granted clemency by US President Donald Trump. Advisor to Iran's Supreme Leader Ali Larijani visited Oman on Tuesday following indirect US-Iranian talks in Muscat on Friday in an effort to revive diplomacy. Russia said that it will actively support India's chairmanship of Brics, describing New Delhi's agenda as modern and highly relevant with a strong focus on counter-terrorism and energy security. Cuba on Monday warned international airlines that jet fuel supplies on the island will run out starting Tuesday, highlighting rapidly worsening conditions as the United States tightens efforts to cut off Cuba's oil access. Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum criticized US threats to impose tariffs on countries supplying oil to crisis-stricken Cuba, saying the measure would strangle an already teetering economy. The US military on Monday said it launched a strike on a vessel in the Eastern Pacific, killing 2 people and leaving 1 survivor. A woman in Los Angeles has sued Meta Platforms and YouTube for deliberately designing products they knew would addict children. She claimed that internal company documents reveal that the firms intentionally built systems meant to exploit young, developing brains. In Bangladesh, a Hindu businessman was hacked to death inside his own shop late Monday night, with several lakh takas reportedly looted, intensifying concerns over the safety of minorities. Ahead of voting on 12th February, campaigning for Bangladesh's 13th National Parliament election and the accompanying referendum ended on Tuesday. We're heading for a short break here on Express News. We'll be back in just a bit. Stay tuned to DD India.
The land of forests, nature's hidden jewel. Jharkhand is a traveler's paradise.
Welcome to Delhi.
One of India's
On defense dynamics, India fires a message the world can't ignore. Agni 3, the strategic signaling to China and Pakistan. Why AMCA, India's 6th generation fighter.
Welcome back. You're watching Express News on DD India. I'm Tanvi Taneja. Let's resume. Next, we have weather news. Flood waters continue to rise in northern Colombia, forcing residents in Cordoba region to flee and save belongings as conditions worsen. At least 22 people have lost their lives in Colombia due to the unusual intense rains which are rare for this time of the year. North America's Lake Erie transformed into a vast frozen landscape and blanketed in snow and jagged ice. The West Pier Lighthouse has also been surrounded by an expansive field of ice formations stretching across the lake. Japan's Weather Bureau on Tuesday said that there is a 60% chance of the El Niño phenomena occurring in the summer. The El Niño phenomena is a warming of ocean surface temperatures in the eastern and central Pacific. January 2026 has been ranked as the world's fifth warmest on record globally, with starkly contrasting extremes across hemispheres. Temperatures in the Kashmir Valley have improved remarkably on Tuesday, with Srinagar recording a minimum 3.3 degrees Celsius and Jammu 12.3 degrees Celsius. The recorded minimum temperatures in the hilly regions of India on Tuesday were below freezing, with Pahalgam at 0.4 degrees Celsius and Leh at minus 8.2 degrees Celsius. Minimum temperatures were recorded below 9 degrees Celsius across Indian plains on Tuesday, with Bareilly in Uttar Pradesh at 8.8 degrees Celsius and Karnal in Haryana at 7.4 degrees Celsius. The India Meteorological Department has issued a weather warning as a western disturbance is expected to bring isolated to scattered rain and snow over the western Himalayan region until February the 11th. Gliricidia trees in Maharashtra's Pune are in full bloom, turning the region pink. The stunning cherry blossom display thrilled local residents. Britain's King Charles was introduced to Pearl, Felt pony related to Queen Elizabeth's beloved pony Emma during his visit to Lancashire in England. Pizza makers in Argentina marked International Pizza Day on Monday with a charity event held near Buenos Aires Obelisk, bringing together food lovers to support a local youth organization. At the event, chefs prepared around 5,000 pizza slices for sale, with proceeds going to a local youth group in Avellaneda. In Argentina, 1,837 people gathered at Lake Chiquimata in the resort town of Miramar to attempt a Guinness World Record for the largest simultaneous floating event. A group of Buddhist monks on their cross-country walk for peace were welcomed by crowds in Alexandria, Virginia, as they promoted mindfulness, inner peace, and global harmony. The walk included community outreach with peace bracelets and flowers as the head monk led a meditation. Some Winter Olympians competing at the Milano Cortina Games are sporting Olympic rings, tattoos worn on arms, backs and legs as a quiet symbol of achievement and a personal milestone. South Korean divers dressed in traditional hanbok delivered Lunar New Year greetings underwater in a unique performance. Inside a massive water tank, divers fed stingrays while performing traditional New Year's bows, blending festive customs with marine life in a unique underwater showcase. In rural Sri Lanka, Kitul tapping involves collecting sap from Kitul trees to make treacle or jaggery, a mineral-rich palm sugar. New York is considering legal protections for bodega cats, the beloved felines kept in corner shops despite being illegal. Participants in Copenhagen ran through the city's wintry streets, weaving past glowing installations and artworks during the annual Light Festival. The Light Festival, which opened on January 30th, features around 45 artworks, tours and events with installations set to remain on display across the city until February 22nd. A 15-meter bird's whale skeleton is now on display at Kochi's Central Marine Fisheries Research Institute, marking Kerala's first such exhibit and only the second in India. The Mahashivratri fair at Bhavnath in Junagadh starts on Wednesday, with the Gujarat government describing it as a mini Kumbh Mela. The 76th annual Berlin International Film Festival, or Berlinale, will take place from February 12th to 22nd in Germany, showcasing productions from over 80 countries. Hollywood stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn and Benicio del Toro were honoured at the Santa Barbara International Film Festival with the Hammond Cinema Vanguard Award for their work in the film One Battle After Another. Oscar nominee actor Naomi Watts joins actor Odessa Ayezon and Sarah Paulson in Cody Fern's untitled Broadway set drama. Catherine Zeta-Jones is set to star in a psychological thriller, Cupid, as an unorthodox marriage counsellor. The Oscar-nominated film The Secret Agent is set to release in India on February 27th. The film has earned 4 Oscars and won top awards at Cannes and the Golden Globes. The Indian crime thriller sequel Kora Season 2 is set to release on an OTT platform on Wednesday. The Hindi language period drama film Lahore 1947, starring Sunny Deol and Preeti Zinta, has announced its release date of August 13th, 2026. Indian actress Preeti Zinta is set to make her comeback to the big screen after nearly 8 years with the film Lahore 1947. Indian musician A.R. Rahman will perform in Chennai on February 14th as part of his Wonderment tour. He will be joined by his son A.R. Amin and other singers, blending classics with new music. Tamil film Mayila has been nominated for the Network for the Promotion of Asian Cinema Award at the 2026 International Film Festival of Rotterdam. And very quickly, let's get up to speed with sports news of the day. The Pakistan Cricket Board took a U-turn on its boycott of the T20 World Cup match against India in Colombo. Pakistan confirmed that they will take the field on February 15th against India in Colombo. The ICC and the PCB initiated formal discussions after the Sri Lankan Cricket Board urged its Pakistani counterpart to reconsider its decision, citing significant financial losses for all parties involved. In terms of its discussions with BCB, the ICC said that it would continue to facilitate the growth of the game in Bangladesh. The ICC stated that no financial, sporting or administrative penalty will be imposed on Bangladesh. BCCI's Vice President Rajiv Shukla said that cricket in the end has been given priority. He commended International Cricket Council's efforts in reaching an amicable solution. The Board of Control for Cricket in India announced central contract for 2025-26 season. The headline change is that BCCI has removed the grade A+ category in the contracts. The men's contract sees senior stars Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma drop down to grade B following their retirement from Test cricket last year. The Netherlands kept their Super 8 hopes alive with a convincing 7-wicket win over Namibia at the Arun Jaitley Stadium in New Delhi in the T20 World Cup 2026. Ski great Lindsey Vonn has issued an emotional update following her Winter Olympics crash, saying her fracture will require multiple surgical operations. Indian women boxers are set to compete at the Asian Boxing Championships at Ulaanbaatar in Mongolia from March 28th to April 11th, 2026. Fifth seed Mira Andreeva defeated Poland's Magda Linette to reach the third round of the Qatar Open in Doha for the very first time. Meanwhile, Carolina Pliskova and qualifier Camila Osorio also advanced after their opponents retired in their respective matches due to illness. Germany's Philipp Raimund won the gold medal in the men's formal hill ski jumping event at the Milano Cortina Olympics. Serena Williams has been listed as eligible to return to tennis from February 22nd by the sports drug testing body, International Tennis Integrity Agency. Alejandro Davidovich Fokina, Francis Tiafoe and Brandon Nakashima booked their places in the round of 16 of the Dallas Open. And Cristiano Ronaldo has ended his conflict with Al Nassr and is expected to join the team in their crucial match against Arkadaag on Wednesday. So that's it in this edition of Express News. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.